Good afternoon from Universal Orlando Resort. It's raining here. It's not raining right now. It was just raining 2 seconds ago. Now it's not raining. It'll probably be raining again in another 2 seconds. But we're back here because they have started putting out more props for Halloween Horror Nights. Also, they're having something right now called Annual Pass Holder Appreciation Days. So they have special food items available to annual pass holders only. They have what they're calling secret menu items. And one of those secret menu items was at Voodoo Donuts. And I already stopped in there to kind of avoid some of the rain. And for some reason, they don't have it anymore, but they just started serving it on Monday, and it's Wednesday now, and they're only serving it until Sunday? I don't understand that one, but hopefully a lot of the other secret menu items will be available for us to have a look at. We're definitely going to get two things, one at Hot Dog Hall of Fame, and one at Comic Book Cafe over in Islands of Adventure. And then the rest of the time, we're going to be looking at Halloween Horror Nights props. They also announced all of the scare zones for Halloween Horror Nights, so we know what props are for what scare zone, and what scare zones are going where. So we'll be checking that out while we're inside. So let's head inside. And 2 seconds later, it's raining again. This is gonna be a fun day, isn't it? If you guys ever wondered what living in Orlando is like, it stopped raining again. So just to put that into perspective, outside of the front gates, it was raining, and inside here, it is no longer raining. So let's get into the Halloween Horror Night stuff. And although there are no props here in Avenue of the Stars, we do know that this scare zone will be called an arcade. Guests will enter a sinister 80s inspired arcade where they get only one life. Their fear will level up as they try to flee from a band of neon slashers highlighted in black lights with chainsaws. That sounds super fun. So I just realized I wanted to give you guys some landmarks so you guys could be able to find your way around at Halloween Horror Nights if you've never been here before. So we just came in the front gates and we are facing straight down to Avenue of the Stars. To my left is the Universal Studios store. Back behind me is the front gates to Universal Studios. And then if we were to turn to our right when we first come in, we'll be heading into an area of the park called Hollywood. And inside of Hollywood is another scare zone. And this section of the park is a scare zone called Vanity Ball. Beauty is pain, literally. In the streets of Hollywood, your flesh becomes the canvas as blade-wielding artists slice up willing participants into horrific living works of art. Here, going under the knife takes on a whole new meaning. And just so you guys know, I am just reading what Universal has said as the description for these scare zones. Oh, yeah, there's Beetlejuice. The gang from Scooby-Doo is out trying to figure out why it's raining. They're looking for clues. And there's Scoob right there. Oh, he's kind of scared. He's out. It's not raining. Because it was raining, none of the characters are out on their floats, but they are still out here doing meet and greets with all the minions. After you get through the Hollywood area, you come to another section of the park over here called Central Park, and this will be home to another scare zone. As you guys can tell, we were showing you guys the lighting towers last time, and this scare zone will be called Vikings Undead. We're all familiar with the brutal Viking warriors. It's terrifying enough thinking about facing them alive. Now picture facing them as the undead. They have risen and laid siege to Central Park with an onslaught of gore. Bloodlust never dies. I mean, zombie Vikings sounds super fun. Yeah, I can't wait to see this. So from here, we're gonna turn and actually head back over through here to get to the New York section of the park. So now we're on the back side of Avenue of the Stars. So just to give you guys a reference point, there's the arches where you come in, and this is where the An Arcade scare zone is going to be. And then as we turn, we can see some of the booths here. These are either food booths or they're like fair Midway Games booths. And we're headed towards a section of the park called New York. All right, I just had something clarified for me. The Voodoo Donut Annual Pass Holder Donut is not available until the 18th. Everything else started on the 12th. I don't know why they held the donut to a different date to start it, but the 18th is the official first day to get the Annual Pass Holder Voodoo Donut. I don't know why, but everything else is available. All the other secret menu items are available now. I do know that there is an Annual Pass Holder Appreciation Night on the 18th, so maybe that's why they picked the 18th to release it. But I thought that they would have just like done it with all the other secret menu items. Oh well, next time we come, we'll definitely be getting the Voodoo Donut, Annual Pass Holder Donut. Before we make it into New York, I wanted to show you guys these booths because these are definitely bars and food locations, as well as right over here is another bar. And this will be the largest bar out in the streets, probably have either the longest lines or the shortest lines. I know that that's not very helpful, but it's the biggest, so more people are more likely to come to it, but it's also the biggest, so it might be able to put through more people. So not really sure. We'll have to wait till the event to see how this one pans out. The New York section of the park is a scare zone called Zombieland Double Tap, and they say it's time to brush up on those rules of survival. Based on the hit film and its upcoming sequel, this scare zone puts you in the middle of the United States of Zombieland. The infection has spread and bloodthirsty zombies are everywhere. The most important rule to remember is always double tap. And they've got this stage set up over here with a zombie kill of the week, one of those like sledgehammer things. And then everybody online has been saying that this looks an awful lot like a drop tower. So maybe it will be. Maybe it won't be an actual drop tower ride, but they might have a couple of seats up top with some mannequins in it. You never know. And the other thing is, if you look, they've put up lights on all those ropes or strings that we thought were going to be maybe something that would be overhead. Those are Christmas lights. They're very high up in the air though, so I hope that they give the same look that I can imagine in my mind's eye. I don't know, still excited for this scare zone. It seems like it's gonna be fun and big. We've got another set of props over here. This is Wayland's Pacific Treasures. And we've got some lighting towers over here that are also themed to go with it. I believe that this plays a big part in the first movie. Leave me a comment down below if you guys know what Wayland's Pacific Treasures is. I do like this whale though, he's fun. We have a Malik's Bake Shop truck prop. This is neat. I thought that there would be something on the side. I wonder if they have a corpse in the front seat. Sometimes they do that, where they put mannequins in the front seats of these. Is this the same truck from Killer Clowns from Outer Space? It might be. Nope, nobody's there. We'll have to look back and see if the truck from Killer Clowns was from Louisiana or if it had the same numbers. But I don't know. It might be. It's very large. Oh no, this is an old FedEx truck. That's really funny. You can still see it says FedEx on it. I don't know. Maybe it is though, because it looks like they did have something drilled to the outside of it. And that could have been the signs that were on the Killer Clowns truck. Oh man, we're gonna put a link to a video in the description down below from when we first saw the truck from Killer Clowns Scare Zone, and we'll see if this is the same one. Also, do you guys know what Malik's Bake Shop is? Because I have no idea. Over here, sort of across from where the Beat Builders normally play, you can see Fast and Furious Supercharged back there. We're at the end of the street where Lou Wasserman is, at the end of the New York street. We've got some more bars. This is where you would get your drinks, and Twisted Taters have traditionally been here. As we head into the San Francisco area, see a lot more towers. These weren't here last time. And this was announced that this will be a Rob Zombie Hellbilly Deluxe Scare Zone. You know his music, now it's time to live it. Step into the heavy metal horror of Rob Zombie's music and imagery of his pulse-pounding scare zone. From otherworldly beings to brutal maniacs, you'll come face to face with his twisted creations as the music cranks to a frenzy. Yeah, just lots of lighting towers, nothing else going on over here. Oh, I like this. The speakers are just kind of hanging there and blowing in the wind. That looks very exciting. It'll add a new dimension to the music. Are they supposed to be hanging there like that, or are they supposed to be mounted to something? I feel like they're supposed to be mounted to something. And then at the end of that scare zone, another bar. I like these barrels though. I always like the barrels on the outsides of the bars. So the last time that we were here, I showed you guys that Fear Factor has shut down in order to make way for a show. And we did find out that Academy of Villains was coming back this year. That was announced. And right across from it, there's a couple of bars, and it looks like this is big enough that it'll be a bar and a food location. So the description of Academy of Villains this year is, man's true nature is dragged out into the dark gothic streets of anarchy. This wickedly talented group of artists is back for an all-new performance featuring a killer mix of visionary dance and extraordinary theatrics. So there you have it. That was all of the scare zones that have been announced, and Academy of Villains. Another thing that got announced was our last house, and that was House of a Thousand Corpses, which is a movie by Rob Zombie. Haven't seen it. I've seen a lot of people referencing it. Apparently it's a very popular horror movie, and we will have to watch it for sure before Halloween Horror Nights. But That's all the houses. And one last thing that was actually announced today, the day that this video is going up, is that Halloween Horror Nights will have a horror-themed lagoon show. The fountain show that takes place in the Central Lagoon of Universal Studios Florida will come to life with a Halloween fountain show. And here's what Halloween Horror Nights had to say about it. The screams featured at this year's Halloween Horror Nights will come to life as a whole new way with the debut of the nighttime lagoon show, Halloween Marathon of Mayhem. Guests will watch as terrifying moments inspired by some of the Halloween classics taking over the event come to life right before their eyes in the Universal Studios Florida Lagoon. There it is. We have full announcements for Halloween Horror Nights. Now all we need is the rest of the props to go out for the streets. Exciting times. And then we just gotta wait for Halloween Horror Nights to start. Wanted to give you guys another pan of some more Horror Nights food and drink tents. So this one usually has both food and drink. This one actually is a normal tent that's open all the time, but it looks like they added Horror Nights colors to it. And then over here by Men in Black, got some more. You can just see those orange tents through the trees right there, because there are entrance to 2 houses back here, and Academy of Villains is right there. So this is a good spot to have a lot of different beer carts and food carts. Before, when we were showing you the Viking scare zone in Central Park, we didn't go very far into it, and now we're a little bit further into it. I think that this is a fog machine. Not 100% sure though, because this is not how they've been in the past, and they have added a lot of speakers. I didn't notice that before. And then there's also something else over here underneath a trash bag. Wonder what that is. They're definitely adding a lot of stuff to all of the scare zones, even if it's just speakers. So there you have it. That was all of the new props and all of the scare zone announcements and the last house announcement from Universal Studios. Now we're gonna head over to Islands of Adventure, get our secret menu pizza fries, and then head out to City Walk and get another secret menu item. Let's go. Let's let the pizza fry adventure begin. Now these are different than the normal pizza fries that we would get during Halloween Horror Nights. These are margarita pizza fries, whereas opposed to the ones at Halloween Horror Nights, it's like pepperoni pizza fries. So as soon as we get into Islands of Adventure and we hit the dead end where we have to pick left or right, we're gonna pick left because we're heading over towards Toon Lagoon to go to the Comic Strip Cafe. I don't think we've ever eaten here, so this will definitely be a first for me. Okay, so we have been in here before. I remember specifically filming this. Oh, funnel puffs sound good. But we're gonna get the special fries today. Oh yeah, I remember now. This is such a strange menu. It's got Chinese food, fish and chicken, and then burgers, hot dogs, and pizza. It's kind of got something for everyone. So there they are. These are the margarita pizza fries. These actually look really good. Looks like you got some sun-dried tomatoes in there maybe, or maybe roasted tomatoes, some mozzarella cheese, some balsamic, and then a pesto. Wow. These were $9.99, and then I also got an annual pass holder discount on top of that. First thing I noticed is that they put it in a bowl, but really it's just the thickness of a pie tin. So it is thin as far as you're not getting like a lot of fries in there. But if I remember anything correctly from Halloween Horror Nights, it's still gonna be delicious. Oh yeah, look at that. Heck yeah. That is some thick mozzarella. Yeah, that's really good. Wow. I'm glad I got these. Those are so delicious. Look at that. So cheesy and stringy. If you're an annual pass holder, and I believe that if you're coming for more than like 6 days, I'll have to do the math, but annual pass would be a good investment. Did you guys hear all that thunder? Also, you get little extras like this, where like we got a secret menu for annual pass holders. We never do anything like that at Disney. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. There was one time that there was a cookie that was only available to annual pass holders, but that was just a cookie. This is like an entire menu, bunch of different stuff at different places. Like we're gonna try 2 things today. One of them being the pizza fries, the other one being a ridiculous hot dog over at Hot Dog Hall of Fame. The thing that I think I like the best about this is it's not too salty. This pesto really adds a nice fresh flavor to it. It's got basil leaves in it. And the mozzarella is super stringy and like a high quality mozzarella, unlike just like regular mozzarella that they have on their cheese pizzas. This is a different mozzarella. And also the sauce is not too sweet. One thing that I notice a lot about Disney's pasta sauce is that it's very sweet, as opposed to over here, this pasta sauce is not sweet. It's more savory, and it's delicious. This is super delicious. I would eat this all the time. Now we're headed out into the rain to make our way to Hot Dog Hall of Fame and get our next secret menu item. I do want to mention whether you're a poncho fan or an umbrella fan, that was just some thunder, make sure you get some good shoes that are waterproof or wear flip-flops, because either one that you wear, your shoes and socks are gonna get soaked. Or bring an extra pair of shoes. All right, we've made it out of Islands of Adventure into City Walk. Now we're headed over to Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Get my secret menu hot dog. Don't tell anybody about these secret menu things. They're supposed to be a secret. The Hot Dog Hall of Fame. And I gotta tell you guys, this hot dog sounds ridiculous. Once I get underneath some cover, I'll tell you what's in it, because I have to hold up the umbrella right now, so I can't really read what's in it and hold up the umbrella. Okay, this hot dog is called A Tale of Two Cities. It is a foot-long hot dog, pulled pork, coleslaw, pickles, barbecue sauce, smoked bacon, pinto beans, grilled onions and peppers, and cheddar cheese. That sounds ridiculous, and also sounds like way too much food for me, but we're gonna get it. Oh, okay, so it's basically like two different hot dogs. That's why it's called A Tale of Two Cities. This side looks like it has coleslaw and pork on it, whereas this side looks like grilled onions, peppers, bacon, and cheese. This was also a little bit more expensive than the pizza fries at $12.99. Still looks good. It looks like it's gonna be super messy, but it does look pretty tasty. But I also like that their footlongs are in a normal hot dog bun as opposed to over at Disney where they're in this huge baguette thing. The buns are a little bit easier to eat here at Hot Dog Hall of Fame. So I'm over here at the Groove, that's why there's like DJ signs behind me, because all of the seats over there under Hot Dog Hall of Fame were just taken up by people waiting out the rain. So I'm kind of looking down at you guys. It's basically like I'm at a coffee table, but I think that'll work well for me because I'll be able to like get into the hot dog and not make too much of a mess, but I have a feeling this is going to be a very messy lunch for me. I already dropped some of it on my shoe. Okay, that side was good. It's the side with the coleslaw and pulled pork and a pickle. Let's try this other side. Wow, that is a completely different flavor on that side. Huh. I think I like the coleslaw side better. All right, I'm gonna go in on this. So there it is. I finished the entire hot dog. I totally forgot that there was beans on one side. That was the side with the bacon and the cheese. I liked the side with the coleslaw and the pork better, and it was amazing how there were two completely different flavors. It really did blow my mind how differently those two sides of the hot dog tasted. And I think you could probably order each one of, actually let's go look at the menu. I think you can order each one of those individually, but I think what makes it special for the annual pass holders is that's the only time that you'll get the two of them on one hot dog. All right, I'm kind of looking around seeing if it's two specific cities. Okay, Kansas City, that's one side. And then what's the other side? I don't know. It sort of doesn't look like any of these. Oh, maybe it's this one right here. Yeah, Arizona. So it was Arizona and Kansas City are the two cities. Huh, Arizona's not a city, is it? I thought Arizona was a state. Okay, so there you have it. That was our trip to Universal on a very, very rainy day. Check out some Halloween Horror Nights props. Learn about the scare zones. Learn about the last house to be announced, House of a Thousand Corpses. Avoid the rain. Eat some special secret menu items for the annual pass holders. It was a fantastic day. And those two things that we tried, the pizza fries and the hot dog, were both delicious. And I can't wait to try the voodoo donut, even though I got the date wrong. It definitely starts on the 18th. Whereas all of the other secret menu items have already started. Those all started on the 12th, but they're holding back the voodoo donut for some reason. I don't know why. Like I said, I think it's because they're having an annual pass holders day on the 18th. A fantastic day all around. And I'm excited for Halloween Horror Nights. Hopefully it's not going to rain all the time like it does in Florida during the summer. But with that being said, we are off. And we will see you guys tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Max, and now it's time to pay the price.